welcome back to your girl Brittany with BB's Crafts. Thanks for hanging out today. I was gonna try to go live with this, but I have never done a live on YouTube, and it's like early in the afternoon on a Tuesday, so I'm like, all y'all probably are working or probably are not gonna tune in and whatnot, but I was working on altering these notebooks. I got these from the Dollar Tree, like, I want to say like a couple months ago maybe. And this is a notepad with gel pen and comes with 100 sheets. And this bad boy is pretty big. It's like about 8 by 5. And I was working on altering them for Happy Mail. So here's 2 of them that I started, and I'm trying to use up the rest of my stuff from the Truth Beauty Freedom Love collection from the Fairy Tale Club. And I already did like my required projects for the design team, but I want to go ahead and use up the rest of the collection before I get my new stuff. And so I'm trying to use that up, and I still have to decorate these, but I just kind of wanted to give you like a quick little glimpse. So what I did was I removed everything and I covered up the fronts and backs. And then there's these little card pieces, and so I added those in on the inside as well. So both of them have 2 of them, and then it comes with the pen, but I added a pen loop to the back of it, and it has a tying option, and I still have to decorate the tops because you know me, I'm not plain Jane. But I was like, you know what, let me turn on the camera so you guys can go ahead and like craft with me. Like I said, I really wanted to go live, but I haven't tried it out yet, so yeah. And then I'm keeping this packaging as well to put them back in, and I'm gonna put a different piece at the top so it'll be really cute. But yeah, that is the plan. Stan, this video might be kind of long, so you might want to sit back and grab your coffee and come craft along with me. So I have took it out of its packaging. So this is what it looks like beforehand. It says happiness is homemade, and this is what it looks like. Here's the pen that it comes with, but I do have my pieces already cut out. So I'm using this as my front, and then these are my little inserts I'm gonna put on the inside. But I have one piece here that's gonna go on the inside. I'm trying to figure out if I have enough to go on the, oh, here's one here. Okay. Alright, I do have some. Alright, because all my other pieces were not long enough, or it was directional, so I didn't have enough to go on the inside part to cover it. So let me go ahead and get myself organized, because I can't handle this. Just because I'm a crafter doesn't mean I gotta be messy, you know what I mean? So let me go ahead and do that. And let me grab, so I was on a 4-day retreat a couple weeks ago. That's why I'm like really lagging. I haven't really put videos out because I'm just kind of recuperating, and then, you know, I have a job now. Look at me being a grown-up, you know. And so like I've just been like super tired, and I was just like trying to get my life together, really. And I'm like, I haven't given you guys any new videos. I haven't done anything. Like, silly me. I think this was the right, is that the right? I think that is, yeah. So, but what I was at the retreat, the ladies were more like, they're the ones who kind of like did layouts and stuff, but a lot of them had this paper trimmer, and I have been like trying to find a really good paper trimmer. This is by Creative Memories, and it has this back little piece because there's additional, like tools that you can use with it. And so I bought an additional trimmer blade, but like there's like scoring, like perforation, or like little zigzags or stuff like that. And then like it has the arm to come out. So far I really love this scoreboard. This was like $50, and so far it was a really good investment because, you know, I've been trying to do like these little cheapy ones that are not the business. The one I really, really love is that I got from AC Moore, but of course they're closed, and I've used up all my blades, and I haven't been able to find blades for them. So that makes me really sad. So what I'm going to do is I need to find my little piece here. Here we go. So this piece here, you can either use your, if you have little jewelry tool to like open them up, but otherwise a lot of times I'll just go ahead and just use my fingers and open it as well, just so I can take everything out. And these are a really great like Happy Mail, or like if you're someone who sends like Christmas gifts or even craft fair ideas. These are really cool things to do, but it is a little tedious because you have a lot of hole punching. Because I know there's people who just cover like underneath the holes when they alter them, and that's fine and dandy, but that's not my cup of tea. Sorry, I bumped my desk. That's fine and dandy and all, but that's not my cup of tea. I want the whole entire thing to be completely covered. And so, alright, get all my pages out. So now I have that out. I am going to use, if you follow me on Instagram, I shared, well, kind of shared, that I'll be working with Printworks. And this is their white cardstock. It is 67 pound. And I used the black one for the other two. This black cardstock, this is 65 pound, and it feels a lot heavier than like the Michael's Recollection ones that we get. Like, I mean, because they're both 65 pound, but this one felt a little bit thicker. So far I'm liking that, and I have yet to have had cracking. So that is super great. So I will have the link to that stuff down below if you guys are interested. I still need to test out embossing, because that's another thing that is hard for me to do with some of the like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or even Joann's cardstock, because it cracks and then it goes through the paper. So I don't emboss as much because of that. I'm like, if it ain't looking pretty, I'm not gonna be doing it, duh. So, alright, so I grab, like, this feels a lot thicker, like, not thicker, but a lot heavier than the other 65 pound. So anyways, alright, so I am going to grab my first piece here, and I am just going to add my tape. I'm trying to clear out my craft room. I'm trying to downgrade on a lot of things. And like because like I used to have a lot of stuff for when I was participating in craft fairs, and because you know they're still a little dormant right now, I have like all this stuff, like all these notebooks and everything, and you know that's all fine and dandy, but it was taking up so much room. And so, because I don't know if you guys are like me. Right now I'm taking my scoring tool and I'm just kind of prepping my paper. And I'm just going to cut the excess off. So I don't know if you guys were like me when you're first starting out. Because you know, I've only been like truly hands deep into paper crafting for the last few years. I've always been a DIYer. I've always done things from scratch because I do art. I'm an artiste. I'm not super fancy, but I can draw pretty well. And so like for my son and daughter's birthdays, like the year that my son turned 1 and my daughter turned 10, because their birthdays are 2 weeks apart, I did everything by hand. Everything. All this, because my son's theme was Sesame Street, and he loved Elmo and Cookie Monster, so that was like the main pieces for it. And so I drew out everything. I drew out all the faces. There was no template. I didn't have a Cricut or Silhouette at that time. I didn't do any of that, so I freehand drew everything. And same thing for my daughter's birthday. Hers was unicorn theme, and I hand drew everything. I did not, you know, have the machines at that time, but I knew that was something that I wanted to do because that's what I was going to school for. I was, you know, wanted to be a party planner, or, you know, at least, you know, be that go-to girl, like, oh, you need decorations, like, boo, I got you, you know. That was what I was going to school for. And but, you know, as I still have gunk in my stupid, there we go. I'm using the smaller side, the smaller hole, the smaller hole of my We Are Memory Keepers hole punch. And I am just going to line my gadget up with the holes. But if you guys know how, like, it gets all clunky, like, you know how it just kind of gets clunky like that, what I usually do is I turn it around so then I can see, you see how that I can't see in the camera, see how the mechanism that punches out the holes, you see how that comes out. I flip it around so then that way I can see it that way, and so I can just go boom 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 and not worry about it clogging up on me. So a little trick for you guys. I'm all about some tips and tricks. Ta-da! So that's all I'm doing with that. And then, but yeah, anyways, so when I started getting into everything, you know, I had to build my stash. And it's starting out, you have to find your niche. You have to figure out what kind of crafter are you. Are you clean and simple? Are you shabby? Are you mixed media? Steampunk? Are you a minimalist? Are you a maximalist? Minimalist, I still consider that to be like clean and simple. Me, I call it clean shabby because I love layers and I love packing things on and I love dimension. But one of the things with shabby is a lot of times you can't see what the person made. It could be as beautiful as whatever it can be, but if you don't know what it's supposed to be or the main focal points of it, then it kind of takes away from the project. And so when I layer and add on and build or whatever, I still want the whole story to be seen, what the project is, what it's all about. And so, like, I am not, you know, dumping my whole entire, you know, my grandma's 1970s living room onto my project. I want it to be nice and clean. I want you to know what it is, but I'm not a person either who just does, you know, use one dye and then a sentiment and call it done. Like, I need, like, I mean, you guys seen my work. Like, I need all sorts of fun glory. I can't do flat. Flat's not something that I do. I have tried. Man, have I tried, but that stuff's hard. Alright. So one down, one to go. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on the first one. I'm telling you, this video is going to be a doozy. I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut this scene out of the video. Oh no! Now I have to change my tape too. Oh my gosh. This is so heartbreaking. Oh, my life. Alright, y'all. I'm going to change my tape and I will be back. Alright. So, I already changed my tape. And I started working on it and I forgot to turn the camera back on. What? But I was doing the same exact thing that I was doing on the other one, so it's like, you really didn't need to be there for all that redundancy, so. What was I talking about before? everything had kind of started to hit the fan. Oh yeah. So yeah, so I was buying all this stuff, and then of course, you know, when you're following people, you know, when you follow different crafters, because you know, you follow different crafters for different reason. Whether they're, you know, just your all-time favorite, or whether, you know, their style or certain things that they make. Coffee break. But you know, you follow people for different reasons. So they do things, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Oh, I like that idea. Oh, I want to do that, you know. So that's kind of like how it was. One of my big ones was, and still is Amber, who's Lyric Lover Crafts, and she was one of the reasons why I wanted to get into craft fairs. And so yeah, like, so I had bought like oh, I can't remember what series it was. I think it was 2018. Well, of course I had looked at the years previous to that for her craft fair series. Oh shucks. Oh no. Ah, frazzle frazz. Messing up, y'all. Good thing I didn't smooth it like completely down and didn't add my tape. Silly me. Okay, let me retape this. See, now y'all seeing all the little mistakes in between. This is the stuff I do before I bring out the tutorials, all my mistakes and mess ups and blurbs, so I make sure that they're not in the video. I'm like, oh, let's cut that out. Alright, so I have my little Stretchy Cards elastic hoarding. I honestly don't remember where I got this from. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take my pen here and figure out how much give I have. Okay. Now I'm going to take my stapler and staple kind of like right before where my fingers are. Then I'm going to add some hot glue to one side and adhere that down. Then, no, not even then. I need to add some tape because I need a closure. I think this will be a good one. This will be a good one. Add that down. Now I'm gonna do this, and I'm add my glue on top of that. All right. This is the back piece, by the way, if I hadn't said anything about it, or if you're wondering. And then I'm going to add my hot glue to the top there. Kind of brings them down a little bit. Ow. Okay, so that part's done. Yay. So, and like, if you see, like, look at that edge. It's like a nice, clean edge. There's no cracking. I'm really liking this paper. I'm really liking that cardstock. Really am. And then, but if you were to do something like this, and you, even if you bought the same exact books, I had found out on the other two that I made, I measured one of them from where like the holes were, and I cut all my stuff based off of that measurement. But then as I was doing the second one, I realized the holes were a little different, so then my paper was a little bit longer than what I needed it to be. So if you are going to do something like this, and you, like, if you're just going to make one, you know, then it's whatever. But if you're going to make multiples, make sure you double check your measurements. Because, like, you know, manufacturing's not perfect. You know, mistakes happen. So, like, the holes will be down a little bit further than the one that you had before, or they might be up just a teensy bit higher than what you had before. So it's no biggie, but just so, and see, like, this one is going a different direction, so I'm using this side, and that's going to be my inside piece. Come on. I got all sorts of crazy with my tape lines here. Yeah, I do want to go live one day. I just feel like the weekends would be better because, you know, a lot of you guys would tune in a lot more. Because, you know, majority of y'all don't work the weekends. See, my actual work days are Sundays, but I would go in during the week to get, you know, a little bit extra something on my paycheck, you know, be able to support some of my girls who sell stuff on Instagram and stuff, like Sparkling Gold with her bows. Then you have Cuddle Me Clay Tay, who's Shatavia, with her flowers. We have my girl Monica, Scrapping for My Boys, with her flowers. I also really love Lori's. Lori's is like when I'm doing, like, if I'm doing something that's like of elegance, you know, I wouldn't use Lori's flowers. Lori's is more like my fun project flowers. No shade whatsoever. I hope that didn't sound bad. I wasn't trying to make it sound bad. I'm not saying that her stuff's not elegant. Maybe I should reword that. It's just, you know, like, when you're doing certain projects, you want it to look a certain way, so you need a certain type of look or flower or something to go with it. And so, like, Lori's are more of my funsy, whimsical type flowers. And so I have her. Then we have, who else? We have Natasha, who is Polite Creations, with her felties. For example, you know, her little felties there. So we got her. So, you know, I gotta have some money to support them girls. You know what I mean? And plus, I got a car payment. You know, show my husband that I can pay the car too. All right. So now I'm gonna take my little insert pieces, make sure they're going the right direction. And these I didn't cut down. This is what came with my kit. I think I'm gonna go this way. This is what came with my kit. So I didn't cut these in any particular way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm lining it up, just eyeballing it, so it's kind of like, you know, in the middle. And then I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm gonna punch these out. Oops. Alright, so that is all punched out now. So this is my front cover. Excuse me. So now I'm going to take my back piece and I am going to add my little thingies in. So I kind of want the new We Are Memory Keepers mini cinch. I kind of do. The only thing is I honestly don't like making notebooks anymore. I don't. Oh wait, which way do I want it to go? Because whatever. I believe that's how I did it originally. So then, like, this is your stopping guard right here. The thing I hate most about, like, making my own notebooks is having to punch the holes in the regular paper. Like, when you're doing your cardstock or whatever, that's one thing, but when it comes to, like, the regular copy paper, man, pain in the butt. So I'm just eyeballing, didn't count them whatsoever, so I'm just taking a small section of my paper and I'm just going to put it through the holes because I'm going to be adding those inserts. Alright, so there's that, and then which one? I think that I wanted this way. So I'm gonna add this one. But yeah, but I still really like the mini cinch because when it comes to like doing this stuff here, like altering these notebooks, the little mini cinch would be absolutely perfect. You know what I mean? So then I wouldn't have to like do like the whole hole punching or whatever. I just like, you know, set it up for however many holes I need to be punched, and that's that. So there's that one. Now I'm gonna grab another little bit of stack here. I'm gonna add her in. Yeah, I don't think I've done a craft with me in a while. Like, do you guys think a craft with me is like a tutorial? Or do you think it's just like a pre-recorded live? Let me know in the description box. I feel like a craft with me is like a pre-recorded live. Like, I was live. Haha, just kidding. No, I wasn't. Nay, nay. I was not live. I do want to go live. Because like weekdays in the afternoons would be the best days for me. And it's like, I know like some of the people who are like available at home, but it's like I don't want to feel pitiful. Does that kind of like help? Like, I don't want to, like, I would feel really sad and just be like, oh, I went live and I was live for like an hour and only 2 people showed up. Yay me, you know. I just don't want that feeling in my life. I don't want to feel like a failure. So that's why I'm like scared to go live. Like I said, I can't do it on the weekend. Now I'm adding my cover. I can't do it on the weekend because everybody's home and I do not like being distracted. I cannot be distracted when I'm crafting because that's when mistakes happen, like big mistakes. Now I'm just going to pinch them all together and close it up. Some of the binders that are like these, I have to like use my tool because it's really tough to open and close it. But these ones have been really good to just pry open with your fingers and close it back up with your fingers. So if you don't have a tool like this or anything like that that can help open and close these, this one in particular was super easy. So if you see them at your Dollar Tree, you want to give this a try, by all means, go for it, diva. Alright, so that's that. So the hard part is over. Or is it? Now I gotta make it look pretty. I need to cut. I'm gonna have my lighter in here right now. I need to seal my ribbon ends. But that was the hard part, guys. I think it was. Okay. So like I said, I do want to reuse this packaging. and put them back in there. But I'm decorating them first. But I want to, and instead of like measuring it and cutting, like, how big is this? Because, you know, it's always that weird, odd measurement. It's never that super simple, like, oh, 8 by 5, you know, 3 by 7 or anything like that. It's that ridiculous 7 5/16 by 3 9/16, and then you cut it that way and it's still just a little too big. Yep, trust me, I know that life. So I'm gonna put that to the side for right now. So instead, I'm just gonna glue this onto some of the cardstock and add it that way. So I have a little bit of this left. This was one of my favorite. This one's one of my favorites. I just want to make sure I have enough to like cover front and back. So that's more directional. Let's go with, let's do, okay, let's do these first. And like, your paper doesn't even have to be all extra nice and straight or anything, because you're going to cut it out. So and then. Okay. I'm just going to line it up with my edge. Like that. And if you don't trust yourself, of course, put it in a paper trimmer and have at it. And see, I have plenty of room to do this back side of the same collection, or same sheet. Actually, let me just move it down. So there's one. But if you guys are available, like during like the early afternoons, and are like more than willing to join in and craft along with me or whatever, during the weekday, let me know down below, because then I will for sure go ahead and do a live. For once. See how cute? And then I'll decorate the little front part there. Cute! Okay. So I'm going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to do this side. Do I have enough? See, I think I have enough if I did. No, ma'am. Alright. So let's do, okay, we'll do this one. I need to get a new mat too, because my green one's all yucky and gross. I'm like, ew, y'all don't need to be seeing that. And then of course this one here is too small. Like, I like my whole desk to be covered, because the parts that don't cover the mats, that's my, you know, put this to the side, you know, because I need to know how much workspace I actually have. And when I have this mat like this, I feel like I am limited on workspace, and I don't like that. So, but I need to have a mat down, because you guys know, like when I do like my intro videos and stuff, like my table that I'm on, I want that to be all nice, clean, and pretty. And not only that, sometimes I take my photos on there. So I don't want that to get all nasty. And so that's why it's like I need to have a mat, but like I don't want it to be I need it to be the size, because I think my last mat was like, I don't know. Actually, I found one, I think, at Hobby Lobby. And it was during the week that, you know, Sewology, the sewing notions, when they were on sale during their week, which I think is this week right now, because I'm pretty sure they're the opposite week of Paper Studio. And I was going to get it, but that's technically considered quilting. It's still by Sewology, but it's considered quilting, so I got scared because I hate being at the checkout line and then being one of those people who's like, no, I don't want it because it's not cheap enough. You know, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. But, or like, I'm only that way if it's a big price difference. Like, if the sign was marked wrong and I thought it was gonna be $10, but really it's $15, depending on if I really wanted it, I'm like, oh, forget it, I'll still get it. But if it was, if I thought it was $10, but really it was like $50, I'm like, no ma'am, go ahead and put that back, please, thank you. That's a big difference, and that's a big mistake there, buddy. I'm just rambling. No one's here to actually talk to me. I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day. We kind of celebrated my Mother's Day on Saturday because, like I said, I work Sundays. And so my husband got me some gifts. He got me a Keurig Slim, and because I was telling him how I wanted a Keurig for my room. So there's just times where I'm like, I'm knee deep into projects, like I need to try to get stuff done, but it's like, oh my gosh, your girl needs coffee and stuff. So I'm like, it's just nice, you know, to just be able to hide in my room and just whatever. So he got me that. He got me some really cute Chihuahua socks because I have a Chihuahua, which is super funny because my favorite small dog is a pug or a French bulldog, either one of those. But I only got the Chihuahua because the lady, because at the time Gotham was, well, before he was a Gotham, he was just born like April 3rd, and I had got him in July. So he was only a few months old, and she was only selling them for $100. I mean, she had a house full of dogs. You know, her other dogs just had a litter. You know, she's getting rid of some of them. And I'm like, yeah, $100, yes. I wanted to adopt, but I needed a small dog because a while back, my little Bobos, my Sterling, my youngest baby, he got bit in the face by a dog, one that we adopted. And we went and brought the dog back because, I'm sorry, but Mama don't fool with that stuff. And so he kind of had PTSD with, like, any dog that was bigger than him, you know? So I didn't want that. So I was like, if I had a smaller dog, it'd be a lot easier for him to warm up to and kind of like ease him back into like, hey, I like dogs again, you know? Okay. So this is kind of what I have left over. I don't even think I have any cut up parts left over. Did I look? Is there any ones that I want to use? It's kind of cut off. Okay, so here's a couple cute ones here. So I want this one. Not saying I'm gonna probably use it, but alright. So this is what I have left over from the collection. So I have these stickers, I have these acrylic pieces, I have these flares, and here are like the ephemera pieces. There's like these little see-through ones. They spell out like beauty, I believe it is, and stuff. I need to put it on the clear piece so I can actually see it. But we have La Luna, so pretty. I think I really want to use that. We have some hearts, and we have some other words there, and then we have this one, these little pieces, and then like I said, here are the ephemera. So I want to try to use as much as I can without it looking like gross gaudy too much. So I'm gonna grab some doilies, and let's see. Grab some ruffle trim. I'm not stitching anything, otherwise I would have stitched beforehand. I do have this Juliet. This is called Juliet. I do have some of this, so maybe I can fussy cut, or maybe do some die cutting maybe. So I have like that. I do have I have some rosettes, and of course I'll probably add some flowers to it. These are my Lori flowers. I special ordered some Garden Party, and then I also special ordered like Just Pink as well. I think that's a Garden Party. Where is it? Here we go. So I ordered Just Pink ones. So I think I'm going to use some of the pink ones. And then I'll add like foam flowers as fillers. And then of course I'm probably going to need bows. I have my bows down below me here. So this next part I think I'm going to, because this video is already pretty long, and I don't really like doing long videos, guys. This is one of those things where it's like, I'm going to turn this on in the background and just let it play. So I'm probably going to fast forward this next part, and you guys can just see how my crazy brain is going to work. Ready? And let's go.